Good morning and welcome to day 21 of May Vlogs. You meet me in the car again, ready to do my weekly shop at Asda. As usual, it's about 8 o'clock and it's really quiet, so that's quite promising. So I need to go in and get that done today. And then we've got a relatively quiet day. I'm going to be a bit more lax with homeschool today because Arthur has got a Skype chat with my mum a little bit later on. So I'm hoping that she'll encourage him to read her a book or something like that. She did that last time and it was quite good. And I'm not going to dye yarn because by the time I've got the grocery shopping done and then I've got it home and cleaned it and sprayed it and put it away and done the Skype chat with my mum, it's going to be gone lunchtime and it's just not going to be enough time. So today's plan for me work-wise is to hopefully get the colourways decided for the Nostalgia Club so that I can start dyeing them tomorrow. Yeah, so not a lot going on today, which is quite nice actually. I quite like days where we've got a few little plans but no big things to do. Does that make sense? Look at me all sunny with my sunglasses on. I'm back from the shops, everything's been put away and sorted and everything like that. It is absolutely gorgeous weather at the moment, so we are making the most of it and the boys are in the garden. I've set myself up with a table and stuff in the garden and I'm hoping to edit the vlog out here, but I'm a little bit worried my computer's going to get too hot in the sun. But we'll see how we get on.
16. Odds. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Is anyone else finding themselves getting horrendously frustrated with storage space during lockdown? Especially with all the extra kind of arts and crafts activities and homeschool stuff that the kids are doing, well, that Arthur's doing. It's driving me mad. So I have just, in the middle of today, decided to move everything around. So this is our dining room. Let me come back a little bit so you can see the chaos. This is our dining room. And we've just brought this cabinet down from upstairs. This is in our bedroom normally, and it didn't have masses of stuff on. So I've just brought it down. I need to pull it out a little bit. It's a bit too close to the wall there. This is what all the stuff has been living on. This unit has been in the corner in this corner. And I had put up the old camping table in this corner, but it's really frustrating me that whenever we want to sit outside, I need to use the camping table because we don't have any permanent garden furniture at the moment. So yeah, we're having a switch around. I'm going to try and transfer all the kids' arts and crafts stuff that's there and all these bits on the table here as well into this unit, into these shelves. And then hopefully that will clear up this bit of space. Our printer is also on top of here. So hopefully I'll be able to get it all looking a little bit more organised. At least that's the plan. Success. It's looking much better. I've got all of the bits and pieces on here. So the shelf at the top here I've kind of kept for my stuff and my work bits and pieces. I've managed to get this in. I wasn't sure if this was going to fit in, and it does, which is really good. Then we've got their arts and crafts. This was brilliant. I picked this up at Hobbycraft. It's like a art caddy, so they can get all their colouring pens and stuff in there. Then I've got these are just from IKEA. I had them upstairs in the boys' room, but I've organised it so that this side is kind of colouring books and activities books, and this side is all of his kind of learning books and stuff like that. Then down here I've got space for a few more little bits and pieces here. This is a pirate ship Arthur's in the process of making. I might have a look and see if we've got some more crafty bits that can come down here. And then finally at the bottom I've got a box full of paper craft stuff and a box with some paints in. So yeah, not too bad. The only thing I couldn't quite fit in there was the junky arts and crafts stuff which just lives in that art jar, but it can live on the top there for the moment. And this unit is actually clear and tidy for once. There we go, pop you up in the cupboard while I make myself a cup of tea. I hope you can hear me over all the noise. The kettle is on and the washing machine is on. Yeah, our house isn't quiet. And Tom's here too.
Hi.
I have finished sorting out the dining room, which is feeling really, really good, and tidied it all up. Arthur has done some activities. The teachers have actually done it slightly differently this week. So they've set grid activities, but they've also set a load of activities on Seesaw, so ones we can kind of do online and respond to online, which has been really good. And they have given options, so you can either complete the activity on Seesaw, or you can do an alternative activity. So Arthur's been doing some of the Seesaw activities this morning, or this afternoon, which has been really good. But it's actually a long weekend up here. Arthur would have been off school tomorrow, Friday and Monday. So we are having it's kind of the equivalent of the English half term, but we don't get half term. So yeah, we're going to have half term this weekend. So he is done with schoolwork until Tuesday, which is really nice. He's quite excited about it. It's gorgeous weather. The boys are out in the garden. No, you can't see that. I am just making myself a cup of tea. I am going to have this blueberry and peach from this month's tea club. I'm going to give that one a go. And I'm going to go sit out in the garden with them and try and get this nostalgia club colourway sorted, because I still haven't done that yet. I'm really struggling with the 1940s colourways. I think the problem is that the 1940s is one of my favourite eras of history. I just find it so fascinating, and it's such a big era of British history. Certainly, you know, you've got World War II, the major kind of part of the 1940s, and there's so much that comes into that, but there's also kind of so much else. Like when the war ends, there's so much sort of celebration, there's so many kind of other bits of art and music and film and literature and amazing things that kind of happened in the 1940s, that picking the colourways is really hard this month. And also the other challenge I'm having is that a lot of the colourways that I kind of really want to do from a kind of the perspective of I really like the idea of that being a colourway, the colours are such a struggle to come up with. Yeah, it's proving really, really tricky. I have a whole list of things for the 1940s colourways, and I'm really struggling to narrow it down. And then, of course, I've got to work out which one's going to be my big main colourway and which one is going to be the minis. I'll stick a spoiler warning before this, just in case people don't want to have any ideas as to what might be coming in the 1940s Nostalgia Club, but I haven't settled on anything yet, so even if you are looking, then don't worry, there's way more ideas here than I'm going to be doing, and I still haven't finished researching it all yet. But I mean, in terms of film, you've got some really classic films that came out. Casablanca, Rebecca, It's a Wonderful Life. There were some really good Disney films that came out. The Red Shoes, I mean, that's one of my favourite kind of films and plays and just stories. It really, yeah. You've got such an era of swing music as well, and Sinatra and stuff like that. And music is always tricky to kind of translate into colours, but there's a really big kind of bit there. Literature, I mean, this isn't even a start of the literature that kind of came out, but I've just picked kind of some real classics there. And then really other random stuff. I mean, Robin makes his first appearance in the Batman comics. McDonald's opened its first restaurant. Then you've got kind of all the stuff with the war. You've got VE Day. You've got and VE Day. That seems particularly kind of poignant with the fact that we've just celebrated the 75th anniversary of it as well. So I really feel like that needs to be in there somewhere. But then the issue comes when you're looking at colours, because really you think VE Day, you're looking kind of probably red, white and blue, aren't you? And that doesn't make necessarily for a very interesting colourway. So yeah, it's tricky. I mean, science, Mount Vesuvius erupted for the last time. Again, I've got so much of the war stuff here. Yeah, and I'm just kind of trying to make a list of things, and I just need to work out whether I can turn them into colourways. I've just tracked down a 4mm crochet hook because I am throwing caution to the wind and casting on a new blanket. And why is there a princess on my stairs? Goodness knows. I started the new blanket and this is proving a very, very fun new cast on. I have been itching to start this for absolutely ages. I'm calling it my Mild Mayhem blanket. And I'm literally just holding together 2 strands from 2 magic knot balls. So these balls are literally like the scraps of the scraps, the smallest bits that are left over and can't get into any other scrappy project. And I'm just holding 2 strands together to make a cozy crochet blanket. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to do one massive crochet square or whether what I might do is make kind of multiple individual squares. They'll probably be a reasonable sized square, but I'm tempted to do that just because I know what I'm like, and if I get to the stage where the rounds are getting too long, I'll get bored of it and I'll get fed up. Whereas if I make smaller squares and then join them together, I'm more likely to get it done. So I'm not sure yet, but I think the effect actually of having multiple small mild squares might actually be really, really good fun. But yeah, I'm really liking how this is working, how you can see how the colours are mild together. It's really effective.